All right, boys and girls, I'm going to finish reading our book, Mercy Watson Thinks Like a Pig. We have 3 chapters to go. Okay. Chapter 13. Animal Control Officer Francine Paulette was scouting the backyards of Deckawoo Drive. She leaped over hedges. She crept through flower beds. She thought piggy thoughts. Here. She climbed a tree and surveyed the yard below her. She saw 3 people wearing hats. She saw 3 people sitting at a table having tea. "Isn't that nice?" said Francine Paulette. "Isn't that sweet?" Make sure y'all can see. Okay. Francine looked more closely. "Wait a minute," she said. "One of those people is not a person. One of those people is a pig." "Francine, you have located the pig. You are the best animal control officer in the history of the world. And now you must capture the pig. On the count of 3. 1, 2. Francine Paulette closed her eyes. She leaped from the tree. 3. Chapter 14. Mercy decided that she had had more than enough of nothing. She stood up. She was going home. Suddenly there was a high-pitched yell. A woman fell from the sky and landed headfirst onto the table. Stella screamed. Frank screamed louder. Mercy screamed loudest of all. One street over, Mr. Watson said to Mrs. Watson, "Do you hear what I hear?" "That is our darling," said Mrs. Watson. "That is our dear, and she is in trouble." Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson started to run. Chapter 15. Animal Control Officer Francine Paulette rolled off the table. She wrapped her arms around Mercy. "Think like a pig," said Francine. Mr. Watson and Mrs. Watson came running into the backyard. "You found her," said Mrs. Watson. "You are our hero," said Mr. Watson. "You landed right directly on top of your head," said Frank. "I do feel a little woozy," said Francine. "Maybe you're just hungry," said Mrs. Watson. "Maybe you need some toast." "Toast?" said Francine. "Toast?" thought Mercy. "These dogs look hungry too," said Mrs. Watson. "Would you fellas like some toast?" "I wonder if this is a good idea," said Francine Paulette as she let the dogs out of the truck. "It's a wonderful idea," said Mrs. Watson. "Now, Stella, run next door and invite Eugenia and Baby to our small celebration. Tell them it is in honor of..." Mr. Watson turned to Francine. "What is your name, my dear?" "My name is Animal Control Officer Francine Paulette," said Francine, "and I've been trying to think like a pig." "Well," said Mr. Watson, "not just anybody can think like a pig. Not just anybody can be a piggy wonder." "I guess not," said Francine. "You keep trying, dear," said Mrs. Watson. "In the meantime, let's all go have some toast." Boys and girls, look. Oh my goodness, it's like all the other books. Look at all of those people around the table. Oh my goodness. The end. Boys and girls, that is the end of this book, but the next book and final book in our Mercy Watson series is Mercy Watson Something Wonky This Way Comes. I'm going to get that book Monday from school when I get to go in and get a few things, and I will read it to you I'll send it through Dojo to your parents so you can watch it too. All right, love you all. Good night.